Hey there, this is Dan from the Purple Golf Academy, and today we're going to take a look at the swing of new Italian sensation Matteo Manassero. And what a swing this guy has got. It's no wonder he's had such a rapid rise up the world rankings. This guy has got the lot. As we'll see today in this clip, it's pretty much a model for anyone who wants to swing the club simply and efficiently. Fantastic setup, fantastic simple turn, great plane, and a lovely delivery into the ball. So just a recipe for consistency, great ball striking and great accuracy. So Matteo here is going to do some great things over the next few years, and definitely one to watch this week at the Masters. So what's the secret to his great swing? Well, let's have a look in a little bit more detail. So it all starts here with a wonderful posture. You really couldn't find a better posture than that anywhere in the world. Just beautiful balance here, lovely angles to his body, just a lovely poised, dynamic, relaxed, kind of athletic backswing there from which to start a great swing. If we draw a line up through the middle of his feet here, you can see he's really nicely balanced around that line. He's got a nice leg flex, his backside is kind of out behind him here, his upper body's nicely out over the ball, and his arms hang nicely just away from his body a little bit there. So just a really nicely poised, athletic position from which to start a really great swing. And I just want to highlight the fact of just how much Matteo gets his upper body out over the ball there, but still keeps his balance. He's not out on his toes, but he's up on the balls of his feet, nicely out over the ball with plenty of room from which to turn. So fantastic setup from Matteo. Now, what he does so well in his swing is he maintains those body angles through the swing. In fact, better than probably almost anyone else in the game today. If we just run it through to the top of his backswing here, you'll see just how well his head stays centered in that box there, from where he began. And there's no moving forward, there's no moving back. And if we roll it forward into the delivery position here, you can see his head here is still very much on that starting line. It hasn't moved forward, it hasn't moved back. Of course, it's gone down quite a bit, and that's what you'll see in all great ball strikers, as their body weight compresses down into the ground. So that's definitely not something to be surprised about or alarmed about. You'll see that in almost every great ball striker. So that's the secret to Matteo's success, is the way that he maintains those body angles through the swing, and doesn't rock his weight forwards or backwards, just keeps it nicely centered. Now if we take a look at his takeaway here, unfortunately the camera angle is slightly too far out behind the ball, so you can't quite see the plane, but be assured that club is tracking up the plane in that first move, and it's a beautiful body kind of oriented first move there, lovely one-piece move. You can see that in that first move, the hips, the chest, the butt of the club and the arms and the club head all move as one in that first move. So he's not whipping the club away with the arms, he's not flicking it away with the hands, and he's not setting it too aggressively off the ball there, he's just turning it away with the core of his body. So a good way to feel that is to grip the club a bit more down the shaft at address and have the butt of the club up in your belly button there, as a drill, and just make that first move and keep that butt of the club in your belly button, and that's a good way to feel that kind of one piece united first move off the ball. Definitely something you want to emulate here from Manassero. So as he works up into his backswing, hits a good plane halfway back there. The arms are nicely what we call deep across his chest there. His arms not too much out in front of him. They're in the centre of his chest, centre of his turn, and that means that his arms and his body are working very much together in that backswing. At the top of his swing here, just a lovely slot there. The plane of that left arm, very shallow there. His hands are nicely up on a shallow point at the top of his swing here, which means again his arms and his body are turning together. If you see that left arm plane too steep, it's a sure sign at the top there that the arms and the body are not working together, but clearly not the case here with Matteo. So fantastic top of the backswing position, just absolutely bang on the money where you'd want it there. And from that position, makes it very easy for him to make a lovely simple transition down. You can see in the backswing here, just goes down ever so slightly into the ground there, and then from the top he really pushes off with his right foot, which creates this kind of lowering effect in his body action. But note as he starts down, his hips stay back on that starting line, so his hips do not shoot forward towards the ball, which is what you see in a lot of players. That is not happening. His hips are staying nicely back on this starting line, which gives him the room for his right foot to roll and his body weight to fire right down the target line, which is exactly what you want if you want to be consistent and nice and powerful in your swing. So you can see halfway down, bang on plane, hips nicely back, head nicely forward on that line. Just a very simple position there from which to fire. And note his right foot still nicely planted on the ground, ready to roll and fire down the target line. If you see someone on their right toe by this point, it means their body weight is moving out towards the ball, and that means the arms are not going to be able to work freely through the hitting area. There'll have to be some manipulation of the club head, so not simple in that case. But Matteo here, just a lovely, lovely delivery, so simple, so square. And once he gets back to the impact position here, you can see his club shaft matches up virtually identically to this original shaft line. So just a sure sign that he's got the club beautifully back into a simple position from which to hit the ball. Just a simple plane back and through the whole swing. And through the swing, very little face rotation, so again the face staying nicely square through the ball. And the right foot rolling, the right leg working directly down the target line, so he's applying all his weight down the target line, which is going to help him hit the ball exactly where he's aiming. Club comes out on a lovely plane coming through. Just a really nicely balanced finish position as well. So just the most simple, efficient swing you're ever likely to see. Now let's have a quick look at and how he looks from face on. And what we're going to see here is that the swing is equally as good from Matteo, from the face on angle. So we'll just draw a couple of lines on the backboards here, because the camera does move around fractionally in this clip. So just putting these lines on will just help us assess what he's doing with his body weight during the swing. But what you're going to see from this angle again is just how simple that first move is. Just a very simple one-piece move. So it feels like the club head, the hands, the centre of the chest and the belt are all kind of moving as one, almost as if they're just completely connected. So that sets the tone for a lovely wide, simple backswing. You see that right arm there is nice and straight by this point, so he's not tucking that right elbow in behind him. He's keeping the width in his swing, and not too much going on the knees, and the head stays very, very centered by this point. So just a very simple turn to this point. And at the top of his swing here, you can see his arms are not way up above his head. It's a nice short arm swing. That's evidence of the fact that his arms and body are moving together. That allows him to keep his arm swing short. When the arms race away from the body, the hands tend to get somewhere up above the head by the top, and that gives them a lot further to travel in the downswing. Makes it much more difficult to time that downswing. With a backswing like this, where the arms and body move together, it's very easy for the hands just to drop into a simple hitting position, and Matteo can find that hitting slot without any effort in the downswing. There's no real manipulation or timing involved in his downswing. It's just a very simple move. Now if we have a look how he initiates his downswing here, you can see there's a lowering of the head, and the left hip eases to the target. That's really all his downswing is about. He's done all the hard work in his setup in his first move, and the downswing is just a reward for that. So from the top here, you'll see his head lower and his left hip easing to the target. And from there, his arms drop into a lovely wide position into the downswing here. Really good width, right arm nicely in front of the body. Good lag maintained in the club head, and as we saw, the right hip and right knee firing down the target line. And the head stays nicely back, not moving forward towards the target. So that just allows him to make this, the most simple, compressive strike on the ball. Just so you can see how passive the club head is and how passive the hands are. There's no sense that he's rolling those wrists through impact. And by this point here, if you draw a line up the club shaft just through impact, that club shaft still pointing bang at the middle of his body, and again showing that his arms and body are working very, very well together. That's the essence of Matteo's swing. If we take him back to his address position here, that club shaft there is pointing at the middle of his chest. Take him to his sort of first move position here. Again, club shaft still pointing up at the middle of his chest. And then, as we just saw, through impact again, club shaft in the middle of the turn, still pointing at the middle of his chest there, and the right side keeps moving. What you see so often when the arms and body do not work so well, you find that the hips have to stop a bit early coming into impact, and that they don't keep turning through impact. Well, you don't see that with Matteo, because his arms and body work so well together. His hips are able to keep turning through impact, and his right knee keeps moving, and his right legs roll through to the target. So you are going to see this guy around for a long time to come. He's going to be just a model swing for anyone out there who wants to improve their swing. He's going to be a really straight hitter, a great striker for a long time to come. So just probably as good an action as there is out there, and just definitely one you want to watch this week at the Masters and try and emulate yourselves. So hope everyone's enjoyed looking at this fantastic swing. And if anyone would like some help with their game, please join us at the Purple Golf Academy through our website, and we'd love to help you. Enjoy the Masters.